from the manager, wouldn't you? Ange Postecoglou, much criticised, under fire. Hopefully, a bit of relief. Here he is with Danny Jameson.
Ange, congratulations. Have the win and the place in the last 16 of the Europa League. What were your initial thoughts after that?
Yeah, really pleased. Obviously, like I said, the objective was to try and win today and obviously secure our spot in that top 8. And I thought the boys were great. We controlled the game. We were never really threatened, and we had to be patient because they obviously sat very deep, and we had to sort of bide our time. But game opened up towards the end, and good to get the victory.
We spoke before the game about young players taking their chance. They have done in Europe all season, and tonight we saw 3 of them take the chance and all get on the score sheet.
Yeah, made in Tottenham tonight. Super pleased with the young boys, and we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that we had another couple of 18-year-olds out there as well. So it's great. It's great for the club. I'm sure those boys won't sleep tonight. But we needed that. We needed some energy. We kind of designed the game today. We're trying to protect some of our players. We've got a big week coming up, and we were going to need the young boys today, and they stood up.
Talk about protecting the players. The 3 that came off at half-time, spoke on Mickey van der Ven. Were they all pre-planned just to keep?
Yeah. Like I said, we've got a big week coming up, so it was always about trying to manage the load. Unfortunately, it looks like we still picked up an injury with Radu's knee, so we just have to wait and see. But the 3 at half-time were all good. It's just about managing their loads.
Is there any indication on how serious it might be with Radu?
No, it's too early, but obviously it's his knee, so it's a bit of a worry.
Obviously, there's a few more days left of the January window. Are you expecting to be busy the next couple of days with ins?
We'll see. We've got a game Sunday we'll be focusing on, but people at the club are working hard behind the scenes, see if we can do some business.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks, mate.
I was hoping he might be a bit more excited, but I suppose they say about managers, don't get too up, don't get too down. They are linked, you may have seen, with the Bayern Munich teenage striker Mathis Till for around 60-odd million euros, I think there's talk of.
I think it would have to be a loan now.
A loan with a view and all that. OK, fine. Thank you, James, for the clarification. Much needed win for Spurs. 3-0 winners over Elfsborg. 3 youngsters who scored the goals. Lindsay Hipgrave's been hosting the coverage across TNT Sport from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and she's chatting to Glen Hoddle and Peter Crouch about a very important night for Spurs.
Thank you, Matt. Tottenham secured their place in the top 8 of the league phase and passage straight through to the last 16 thanks to a brilliant ending here in North London. 3 academy graduates scoring the goals here. Glen Hoddle and Peter Crouch watching alongside me. And Glen, it felt at one point like it was just going to be one of those nights for Spurs, especially when they picked up another injury to Dragosan.
Yeah, it was so frustrating, wasn't it? When I saw him go down and grab his knee and he's had to come off, I'm thinking, oh my word, what else is going to happen to these players? But unfortunately for him, he had to come off, and it's another injury. But they reshuffled, and Kulusevski going into the centre of the pitch, I think, helped Tottenham, and obviously young Scarlett coming on as well and making the difference. It was wonderful to see, Pete, wasn't it?
Great to see. It really lifted the place, because I thought it was one of those games where everyone's going to go away from it and be slightly disappointed, even if they, qualified in the top 8. But it was brilliant to see the young lads score. It really lifted the place.
Yeah, he was on the pitch just 4 minutes and 15 seconds, Peter, before he got that all-important goal for Spurs.
Yeah, brilliant for Dane Scarlett. But as Glenn says, Kulusevski's the difference maker. I mean, it's a wonderful ball in, such a great ball. But great movement from Dane Scarlett and a fantastic finish. And we say he's bounced around a few loans, and that's his first Tottenham goal, and really massive for him.
I remember Harry Kane bouncing around.
Exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
Did you say that?
You did.
Yeah, and you never know what happens in football, but it was such a big occasion there. The pressure was on. I love the way he just kept his head and he guided the ball. He didn't try and actually head it too hard and make a pig's ear of it. He just guided it into that bottom corner, and it was a real quality goal. All 3 goals for the young kids were quality goals. They weren't lucky. They were brilliantly carved out.
Yeah, and Scarlett was involved in the second as well. Tamola Ajayi also on the pitch for just a few minutes, 3 minutes 39 seconds, and scored his first goal for them.
Yeah, don't underestimate the touch. I thought it was a beautiful touch from Scarlett. Really caressed it into his path, but Ajayi just got no fear whatsoever to come in off the right hand side. 18 years old in your first game for Tottenham. Special moment for him, but I mean, absolute touch of class, and now he's actually running behind us, believe it or not.
And making putting the icing on the cake.
Well, he started the game like this, Lindsay. He was very positive. The first 5 minutes, he was going by Sociedad players going into the box. As soon as he picked it up, you're thinking, go on, keep going, run at them. There's a bit of space, but he actually finishes it with aplomb. He goes back across the goalkeeper, and what a wonderful feeling for him, but also for the whole of the fans behind the goal in the stadium, everyone involved with Tottenham. We've done it. We've gone through clubs from a young age. I was here as an apprentice, and you come through and you score your first goals. 3 of them in one game. That's quite incredible. Sent everyone home so happy.
They really did. So many smiles. And he's now the youngest player to score a major European goal as well. Youngest English player, breaking Jimmy Greaves' record. So what a night for him.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. And Spurs could play AZ Alkmaar, Midtjylland, Real Sociedad or Galatasaray in the round of 16. But they got that win tonight, and it was made in Tottenham. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Lindsay, Glenn and Peter. Happy birthday again to the big fella. Yeah, nice trio, you would have thought, in Sociedad, Galatasaray, AZ and Midtjylland for United or Spurs. It's one of those teams for both United and Spurs, who now can't meet until the final. But from a Spurs point of view, there were problems tonight, not least with Dragusin's injury particularly, but to get 3 youngsters to score the goals.
Massive for the club. Like, don't underestimate... Glenn and Crouchy there, obviously, they're talking about the feeling it does. It galvanises the place, because them 3 lads, everyone in the stadium there, from their family to the staff, that work with them through the academies, all there, all rooting for them. They all score on the same night. That lifts the fans. That lifts the players around them. Van der Ven coming back is massive, and getting through 45 minutes. That's massive for Spurs tonight. And I'm not been one to sort of... I've been very critical of the club at certain times, but I think they may just be coming out of this spell, and they may just be coming out of it stronger than they went into it, because of what Hutch was saying before, when your players will develop and grow. And if the manager can hang on for the next few weeks, they could have a cup final to look forward to in February, March, whenever it is. Favourites in this tournament. And Van der Ven, but they need to keep Van der Ven and Romero fit from now to the end of the season. If they do that, it could still be a brilliant season.
Do you know the shot of the night for me? At the end of the game, when the cameras were sort of panning around the players, and the young kids were smiling. And it's amazing when young kids are playing games and scoring goals and smiling. It's great. Son went over to 1 or 2 youngsters, and he gave them massive embraces, and it was like... Brilliant.
Thanks, lads.
Yeah. No, but it is, because it takes you back to when you're a youngster and you're playing, and you get one of your heroes that you're training with every single day. And for Son, the club captain, to take that little minute, that, I promise you, it'll live with them 3 kids. Not just the goals are one thing, but that little moment they had with the skipper, it'll mean so much to them.
Good shout. I would think a smile.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. For Indamola Ajayi, whose senior debut came today, and he scores, and he gets the big hug from Son. I would think a smile.